What's up, guys? This is Bull by the Fell-Handed, and here at Bull's Brigade we have a tradition, KV Tuesday. We each try to do the very best we can and proclaim a winner. That winner gets a prize. I will not go into details on the exact nature of the prize. Moving on. Now, the KV2 is an extremely tricky tank to use. The reload time, the aim, the dispersion, the aim time, everything plays a part into really pigeonholing this tank into what it can do. Now, your best bet is just to get right up into combat, get there really quick, and put in some work. Now, the downside of that is, as soon as people see KV2s, they load APCR, they load heat, they load whatever their premium round is, and they start firing at it. Therefore, your armor isn't really that effective. Consider this thing, guys, a tier 6 Death Star. If you hit someone in the side, you will most assuredly send them back to the garage, unless, of course, your round deviates and hits something a bit tough. Now, my plan, guys, for this match is to go to the middle of the board, someplace that is a very dicey proposition at best, and use the greens to my advantage. When I fire, I'm going to back out of sight, let the gun reload, and then pull back in and take a shot. Some people, not going to mention any names, Spartan, auto-lock this thing left, right, and center, and they somehow connect. I don't really think it works for me. I tried a bit on this match just to see what happens, but you know what? Sometimes you end up getting lucky, sometimes not so much. Now, I mentioned it before. I'm going to go ahead and mention it now just in case anyone missed the last video. This gun has no depression. You have to be aware of that. So a good idea is to reverse angle if you need to really shoot down, say for example, a line of hill, you know, perhaps Prokopavka or Wide Park, what have you. There are always ways to work around lack of depression. However, there's not a lot of ways to work around lack of elevation. And you will figure this out if you're ever, you know, in a bat chat or something and there's someone on a hill above you. You can't always find a rock to pull your tank upon. Now, we are entering the battle right here. We have a couple of tanks just zooming by us to get engaged. Looks like one of them got destroyed. And we have enemies on both sides, to the left and the right, so I have to keep my head on a swivel here. I decided to go right because there are more enemies off to the right, which means more damage for little old me, which is the goal of KV Tuesday. Got a Churchill rolling up right here. Boom! Shut his lights out. Made a clutch shot. We were not completely zeroed in. That is the awesome power of this tank. Now, that being said, this tank is extremely frustrating sometimes. Sometimes nothing seems to go right. You can't connect any shots. The shots you do connect with do 36 damage or some other crazy number. So just be aware, it's not always going to be Shakespeare with this tank, if you catch my drift. Now, we're moving around here towards their cap. The downside is I don't have any scouts over here. I don't have any medium, light, heavy, what have you, to give me targets. So this is going to be kind of a dicey situation right here. I've got a tank who is not entirely sure what's going on. We go ahead and fire one off and derp him off the map. So far, we're 2 for 2 as far as one-shots go. Now, I do know where the clickers are. You just saw the round come across the screen there, starting from my left. So the clicker is in the left-hand corner. Of course, where else would he be? That is normally where they're going to post up at. I'm going to try to pull up here to get a shot. I am immediately 6th right there, and I have a guy just in the middle of the field, and we're going to try to connect with him. We hit him, and we took him off the map. Not quite a one-shot. He had been hit before, but you know what? I'll take 3 kills with 3 shots any day of the week. Now, the clickers are still over there. I'm concerned they would fire on me. In reality, they would have to make a little bit of a position change because they're behind houses, covering themselves from my position. If you had shooters get on the hill right there at say E7, they would be protected more often than not. Now I do have a little bit of a shot here. I'm going to scope in all the way, and we go ahead and derp him off the map. Moving on, I am going to assault this other clicker. He is buried back in here. I figure even if he gets a shot off on me and he connects with me, I still should be fine. Go ahead and pin him up against the wall. And at this point right here, I'm pretty confident I can connect with him. It is a range of melee, so I felt pretty confident. Now we do have 5 kills, so I'm looking for a top gun right now. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And on the other side of that, we don't have loads of damage because we haven't really ran into a whole lot of enemies. I accidentally bumped the controller right there and fired off a round. So we're looking for one of these other 2 tanks, hopefully both of them. If I can find both and I could end both of their lives, that'd be great, get 7 kills. But you know what, I just want one. I'm not greedy, all I want is one. Now lucky for me, the green to my 12 o'clock doesn't really know what's going on because he's kind of on the receiving end of this one solitary red. I tell him to fall back, and he's just getting hammered with shells, and he gladly does so. And the idea here is I'm going to go up in here, I'm going to get close, and I'm going to shoot on this, or I'm going to fire on this tank. Now I did make a clutch shot right there, because I don't really want to risk any of my HP because I am still extremely greedy with my HP at all times, even this late in the game. Now I've got good shots on him. I don't know what this guy's trying to do, and we go ahead and just no-scope it and finish him off, ending the game with a KV Tuesday Top Gun. Fantastic work. Fell a little short in damage, 2206. Not fantastic, but you know what? We'll take it. Guys, that's all I have for you today. Love it, don't like it. Please remember to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.